Don't say anything. No need to fuss, I'll be fine. It's just that traveling between the realms isn't easy, you know? It takes something from my soul each time. But never you fear, I've pulled a clever trick out of my sleeve. The Lady Vengeance stands in 2 realms at once. A body here, a soul in the Hall of Echoes. You can still return at your leisure. At least I got us where we wanted to go. This is Arks. This is where Dallis has fled with the powers of the gods. This is where the path to divinity leads. Dallis must be stopped. She has stolen the powers of the Seven. You'll need to get the Aetherin back if you're to fight the God King. You'll need it if you're to ascend. Track her in Arks. Find out where she's gone and end her. Take back the Aetherin and the powers of the gods with it. You cannot fail, Godwoken. Not for anything.
Hey, Chief. Before we get a move on, I'd like a word with Malady. You mind? Psst. Hey, Mals. I'm not, feeling so hot.
I should think not. The demon is getting closer to himself. You'll meet him in Arks soon enough, and if you meet him like this, it's bye-bye Losa. We won't let that happen, will we? I've got a little something cooking. There's power in names, after all. And we know exactly who a Drama-leak is. Don't worry. I'll find you before it's too late. Demon's honor.
Oh, Quercus. She might have been a butchered tree, but she still made a noble home. And now our nest is gone. We cannot hide in their barren hall of echoes. We cannot idly wait for fate to take us. There's only one thing left to do. We must fight! Onward, Quercus! Onward, shield! Until the great acorn drops, there's still hope! Ho!
I'm growing soft, aren't I?
There's an air about this place. Something sinister just below the surface. By all means. Ah, that. I haven't given it a second thought. Neither should you. That, despite all the blood and guts, it's been perfectly wonderful. How about you? We've certainly made a splash, haven't we? Let no one say otherwise. Let's carry on. See how many history books we can make it into. We may even make it into Cranley Hubert's. To be perfectly frank, yes. I only have to do what comes natural to me. Besides, these 7 weren't exactly angels. Even gods get their comeuppance. We stand warned, don't we? Last I heard, godhood awaits. If only we can wrest it from Dallis. First, we find her. Then, we roll for the greatest fate of them all.
Hey, everything okay? Oh?
I'm growing soft, aren't I?
We don't need to talk about that. You're an adult. I'm an adult. The heart wants what it wants. You can't make someone feel something they don't. And that night, well, it was clear to me how you felt. Too bad.
Oh.
Don't worry, Chief. I'm on high alert. To be honest, so did I. When we first arrived on the island, I could barely keep a lid on it. But when we fought the gods, it suddenly grew quiet. I think it's waiting, biding its time. For what, I'm not totally sure, but it's eager. I wish I didn't have to say that. Well, I'm still quite keen on getting this parasite out of my head. First that, then Dallis.
Hello, gorgeous.
These godwoken are going to be the death of me.
I know. We've got work to do. So, what did you want to talk about? Everything. Even though the whole world is going to hell, for me, everything is better than before. But I can't lose you to all this. I've lost, well, everybody else. There's few enough rays of light left in this world, and you're the brightest.
Ugh. Why does everything have to go to absolute shite? Glad to see you're still kicking at least. Though I should warn you, Ark's kicks back.
I'm growing soft, aren't I?
As good as I'm gonna get. Godwoken, it may be Lucian's day, but Ark's will give you little cause to celebrate. I must stay here, but I can give you this. Through it, Lucian may still protect you. Old habits, my friend. I pursued my guiding star. I had no idea it would lead me so astray. But it's still the only star I knew to follow in the darkness. Yet perhaps I found another. I'll do what I do best. Hold things together. Those that remain still need a chief, so I'll attend to whatever needs attending to. I have no more surprises up my sleeve. I dare say you've had enough. It's a city at a crossroads. Volumes could be written about a single conflict. Yet Ark's endures an infinitude at once. It's from Ark's that the Divine Order operates, so to speak, though you'll find its operations are as scattered as dandelion seeds in a cyclone. With both factions at odds, sorcery is not a pervading concern. Do not, however, assume that every paladin offers safe haven. The enemy of your enemy is not always a friend. Were I wearing your boots, I'd seek out Ahu, the Lord Protector, and the Keeper of Lucian's Crypt. He is a wise one and may offer you help. Ahu is Lucian's greatest asset. A great wizard, and clever as a cat. He protects Lucian's remains deep within the Arks Cathedral, and I can think of no one better suited for it. He's a man of many talents, not the least of which is knowing. Ahu spots details that elude even the savviest of spies. If the hammer has fallen in Arks, he'll have taken notice. You've done much for me. It's a miracle I even stand here now, frankly. You've got more miracles in you. With you, what was impossible seems possible again.
Not the finest of landings, though I suppose our dear vessel did well enough, given it's not exactly in its natural habitat. At least I can still access all of my tools in the Hall of Echoes. I wouldn't relish the prospect of scouring through all this wreckage to find what I need. Why work, of course? Anathema won't restore itself, I dare say. I shall finish what I started, aboard whatever remains of the Lady Vengeance in the Hall of Echoes. Come and find me later in the Hall of Echoes. I believe I'm rather close to having Anathema in working order.
The final voyage of the Lady Vengeance. She served us well.
Did you hear? The big acorn has come, and it's chosen our forest. We are the chosen ones.
Arcus, do you think they recognized us? No, you're right. I could be any squirrel knight riding a dead cat.
The big acorn has come! The prophecy has been fulfilled! Did you feel its power as it fell from the sky?
There, in the harbor, the Kraken!
If you keep showing up uninvited, you'll never make friends.
Lucian the Divine, standing guard over Arks. He's been slacking off by the look of things.
More two legs. Why must you crowd our woods? Go be with your own kind.
You see the crash? The ship? Are they void-woken? Thank the gods. There are void-woken within the city. I fear they are outside it too. But it seems Lucian's spirit watches over us. We are spared. For now. Do as we do. Stay far away from Arks until the trouble's clear.
A prayer from a pilgrim. Mighty Lucian, grant me wealth and power.
Lucian, I pray thee absolve my sins and find me worthy. The time of reckoning is upon us. The hall awaits only the chosen. May the death fog cleanse me as it cleanses the land and waters. He has told me his plan. Lucian will not wash our sins away with water or fire, but with death fog. The true faithful will bathe in the fog of their own accord, and he will reward them with eternal bliss. It spreads even now, just below. I am ready to prove my loyalty.
I feel awful. You all right, stranger? I heard a huge crash in the mountains earlier. Maybe thunder, maybe void-woken. Don't go wandering alone now. There's no telling what you'll find. I won't ask. Long as it weren't a void-woken, that's all I need to know. Well, settle in then. No point heading into the city. Gates are closed. Void-woken. In the city. I never thought I'd see the day. Lucian's Day. Got a few prayers of my own that need answering. But these days, who don't? White? Sure. Just before they lock the city gates. They say Dallis herself is inside the city walls. But I hear there's something up, too. Trouble between them and the Paladins. Of course, once the Voidwoken landed, that were the only thing on anyone's lips.
I must have breathed in some of that death fog. Oh, my lungs ache, and I can't see straight.
I feel awful. Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
A bit of a choppy re-entry, wasn't it? Sorry I couldn't be there to greet you, but time is limited. The doctor will know of the crash soon enough. I need to learn as much as I can, as quickly as I can. Sadly, these pilgrims have no useful news. So, off to the city I go. Time to rid it of its demon. That's very kind of you. But I have my own battles to wage, and you... well, you have yours, don't you? Divinity eludes you still. But I've the feeling it won't elude you much longer. Think about what it means to become a god. Prove worthy of it. Do good. So the hunt commences once more.
Hopefully Lucian will grant me his
The
blessing.
seven will be on our side.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
You come to the city, I suppose, like the rest of us. Whatever your purpose in Arks, you may be disappointed. I want to visit Lucian's shrine to find answers, but perhaps it is a fool's errand. I do not expect to hear his voice, but I meditate. I look upon his disciples. I take in his resting place. Perhaps the answers come. Peace, too. And perhaps not. This is the chance I take. Word comes that access is forbidden. There is fighting. I hear Magisters in white fighting the Paladins. And I hear a Voidwoken.
Hopefully Lucian will grant me his blessing.
Keep strong. Lucian will preserve you.
Another card?
Hello. Please, if you're in need of supplies, now's the time to stock up. There's no telling where you'll find another trader, such as things are. You'll have to forgive my limited stock. The incident in the harbour was... well, I was lucky to escape with my life, much less anything to sell. Voidwoken. I was taking inventory of the stock I brought to sell in Arks when the harbour was suddenly overrun. It was horrible. Though I did see one little girl, all by herself just beyond the harbour. Poor thing. She was too far off for me to help. She's surely dead by now. I hope it was swift, at least. She was human. Light skin and fair hair, with a blue flower tucked behind one ear. But her eyes... I didn't know humans could have such dark eyes. They seemed almost pure black. A trick of the light, perhaps. And it wasn't the time to linger for another look.
I can't believe that I made it all the way here just to get locked out of Arks. Never missed a Lucian's day in my life. And you'll see why I'm sore, if you get to hear the endless prayer at the cathedral.
A prayer note. Blessed Lucian, help me find true love.
Please return.
I came all the way from Driftwood, but I never expected to get stuck like this.
Another card?
Excuse me, have you word from the city? I heard the paladins inside have overthrown the Magisters. How can that be? And if it is, who's in charge of Fort Joy? My brother's just been sent there. I don't understand it. There's a prison here in Arks. Why send him so far away? I just need to plead his case. To Dallis herself, if I'm able. Or to whoever's in charge now. He's a sweet lad. He doesn't belong there. But I'll sort it out, that's for certain. I don't know. Maybe the Paladins have finally had enough of this clampdown. The Magisters will just go and lock up anybody. That wasn't Lucian's way, was it? Magisters or Paladins, whoever's in charge now, I'll make them listen.
What a cursed Lucian's day this is.
All I come for prayer and penitence. Instead, I find waste. Do you see anything?
Bug rabbits are stupid. They're jumping into the fog to impress the does, but I've yet to see any of them come back.
What has happened in the harbour?
Travel, they said. See all the wonders of the world, they said.
She is ours. You will not speak to her. You cannot help her.
I can't do it. I can feel the sunlight and the air and the...
Fool! She is ours. Any strength is ours. You give her hope. Good. It will make her spirit all the more delicious for us when she breaks. The child's purity cannot protect her forever. She cannot resist us. She is nothing. She doesn't even have a name. Fool, you're wasting your time. Her name is lost. Nothing. Soon she will be nothing. She whimpers for the creature. You twist the knife in well. She has nobody, only us. You put too much faith in the girl's spirit. She cannot resist us. Pathetic. Truly pathetic. Perhaps her true name would have helped. Perhaps not. Now get away from us. Your efforts grow tiresome.
Wedding Con, I know you. Or, I've heard of you. I'm one of Lohar's. And you did us quite a good turn back in Driftwood. I thank you. After all that's happened, it does me good to see you here. My driver, my cart wolf. Look at him. And for what? Void woke him. Weren't anywhere near us, but old Max sniffed him out anyway. Got so spooked he pulled my carriage right off the bloody bridge. Pulled my driver off with him. I rolled out in time. Better stranded out here than stuck in a city with a void woken, I suppose. But they deserved better than this. It were a wedding, event of the season, over at Mikhail Ross's estate. We were going in place of our boss. Loard'd gnaw my ear off if he could see the shape his emissaries are in. I suppose you know a little something about a wedding. Isn't that right? Figured as much. I thought I might meet you here. But the wedding's all yours. I'm not leaving my dog or my driver here. We've been riding together, the three of us, must be 10 years now. After what happened in the caves, well, I ain't abandoning any more of mine to no kind of fate except the one they would have wanted. Good luck. I hope you're made of sterner stuff.
Seems the life expectancy of magisters gets shorter and shorter.
Woken, and they're cornered. Let's help finish them off.
Ark's full. Huh, over my dead body.
Arks can take care of herself for all I care.
Nothing to do with me. I have other fish to fry.
You! I read about someone matching your description in the latest dispatch. And now there'll be another tale about you for our war owls to whistle across the four corners of Riverlon. You saved my best paladins by the skin of their teeth. The lads are brave, but they're no match for Voidwoken, especially right off the back of chasing down magisters. I tell you, they'll be chanting your name in the mess hall tonight. Of course, you whistled up a war owl to warn us about the magisters, right? Lord Kem mobilized all us paladins against them that very hour. Could be worse. At least Arks is now under the control of Lord Kem. After your communique, he instigated investigations into every magister in the city. We're sure it's the collusion between the magisters and the Black Ring that drew the Voidwoken here. To think they blamed all sorcerers. The only question remaining is why? Why? The magisters have a lot to answer for. Those left alive, that is. Obviously. Are you serious? You won't find the leader of the magisters walking in the open in Arks. This is Paladin territory now. But check in with Lord Kem. He's conducting an investigation of all the magisters in the barracks. He might know something about her whereabouts. Take care. I doubt this is quite the city you were expecting to find.
We thank you for your help, traveler. The city is open. The streets are safe for now.
That's a good word for it. Magisters, voidwoken. Never would have drawn the dots that way. But, ignore me. Captain Aurel's the source of good information around here. The rest of us can only speculate.
You killed the Voidwoken. This city needs more like you. I salute you, Monster Slayer. That a hero like you would arrive on Lucian's Day, well, it gives me hope. Well, we're glad you were here. On Lucian's Day? You'd better believe it. City's a bit of a mess, it's fair to say, but the worst has passed. We'll have the place cleaned up in no time. Between the Voidwoken and the arrest of the Magisters, we've seen more than a few casualties, but the city herself is intact. We'll mourn our dead and rebuild. Arks persists. If she is, Lord Kem will want to know. Kem commands the city now. Seems the Magisters have been dicing with dark magic. You'd have them to thank if there were any left. Many fled. Those who didn't died or ended up in a cell. Stay safe. You killed the Voidwoken. This city needs more like you.
Thanks for the service, Void Killer. My friend's alive and walking around because of you.
You have my thanks, Monster Killer. We need all the help we can get. With the Magisters gone, this will be the end of the Voidwoken attacks, I hope. When a sorcerer uses Source, the Voidwoken come, so they say. But the Magisters have been dealing in darker magic. The Voidwoken came, bigger and more deadly. But the Magisters are done now. Take care, friend.
People will be happy to see the likes of you here helping out, that's for sure.
Look, about the Divinity we've chased halfway across the goddamn world. Entrusted to one person, I don't think it's a force for good. The gods themselves were corrupt, and even Lucian could fare no better than them. Not to mention his son Alexander, who the world's better off without. Even if you thought him worth sparing. Driven by fear, he took his father's power and used it to turn innocent sorcerers to silent monks in Fort Joy. And now here we are, like moths to a flame, not understanding that the fire will consume us. You know, when our journey started, I was a man without a purpose. I lost it in the death fog. But now, after everything we've been through together, I see what needs to be done. I say we end Divinity. I say we extinguish the flame and forget about a new divine ascending. No one person should have that power. Rivellon has suffered enough. Let's share the power with everyone. And then, let's all fight the void together. If the divine can take power, the divine must also be able to give power away. I don't know quite how just yet, but then, I'm not the divine. Yet. So what'll it be? Are you with me? Well then, let's go make that happen.
Hold here, Quercus. I need a moment with our friend. Shield, we are about to enter the belly of the beast, to cross a threshold past which there may be no hope of return. There's every chance the servants of the Great Acorn will skin you alive, frying your bones and boiling your eyes. You could suffer most terrible. I am getting to the point, Quercus. The point is, the path ahead is dangerous. I have watched you defeat monsters, villains, and a surprising number of inanimate objects. But your greatest challenge yet lies before you. I do not know what lies ahead, but the Great Acorn is almost here. I can feel it in my fur. The forces of evil will throw everything they have against us, but I need more time to finish my research. You have been a good shield and an excellent friend. Quercus and I both believe you can buy us the time we need. I know you. The world might be filled with murderous giants, but at least some of them are worth saving. Now, it will take more than Quercus's ferocity and my wit if you're going to survive. You need power, and I think I have just the thing. After our last little escapade with your Voidwoken, I examined the corpses you left behind. They were imbued with dark power. But I believe Sorry, Quercus believes, and I concur, that this magic can be used for light as well as darkness. Here, try this. Now, how do you think it feels, Quercus? Granted, the recipe you know could be a little darker than what you're used to. It would harness the power of those that you've defeated. Grim arts. But if you need proof that grim arts can lead to marvelous things, you need only look at Quercus. Now you have all the power you need. You were a wonderful shield as we fled, but we are not running anymore. Now you must become the Axe. Go, my friend, and lay waste to the forces of the Acorn. Hack them to pieces, snap their spines, and burn their eyes, and... and Quercus says, good luck.
The silent bastards burn well, 'tis true. That they were. We don't burn friends in the street, nor enemies for that matter. But these things.
That was Rosewood's favorite song, and Rosewood's dead. You didn't know Rosewood. Leave his favorite song alone. Rosewood's dead, and these are the monsters that did it. Don't be sorry on my behalf. Be sorry for Rosewood and his wife. He was a good man, and she'll feel his loss. It'll haunt her for the rest of her days. We'll mourn him as we mourn all our own.
This would never have happened under Lucian, at least not to us.
Streets littered with corpses.
If we're not careful, we'll burn the world.
Those paladins will ruin Arks, mark my words. Nothing but a bunch of damn nobles playing soldier.
The bastards burn well. I'll say that for them.
Out of my way.
Where the smells? I miss the smells.
Streets, letter.
I didn't just see it, I witnessed it. Now I must preserve it upon canvas for the generations to come. The great schism of the Divine Order and the ruination of Arks. This will be my masterpiece. I usually only display completed works, but, well, this painting's raw power is already plain to see. Here, feast your eyes. You're a dying breed around here, my friend. Nobody has time for art these days. Not shock, no. Perhaps a little light-headed. It was my father's technique. He was the finest painter of his generation, and he used his own blood for his masterwork. The final panel of The Sacrifice of Lucian. He was also quite the sorcerer. Magic-infused blood can be used to produce the most vivid effects, if you're skilled enough. Self-preservation is a petty concern. I must put the spiritual above the corporeal. I must finish. For the most part, a copy can be seen at the Great Cathedral here in Arks. I visit frequently for inspiration. But the original panel, the one that my father used his blood to depict Lucian's final sacrifice, was given to Lord Kem a long time ago. He keeps it locked away somewhere in that mansion of his. A masterpiece like that should be on public display for all to see.
That poor boy is wasting his time walking upon well-trodden paths. I thought I raised him better than that. Did you tell him what you thought of his little picture? Unfortunate, isn't it? He isn't without talent, but he never overcame the fact that he was my son. Of course I am. I painted the greatest works of art that Arks has ever seen. The Sacrifice of Lucian. My opinion is the only one that matters. They are part of a private collection now, Lord Kem's. Perhaps he'll grant you a viewing, but I doubt it. There's a reproduction on display at the cathedral. Not the same as viewing the original, of course, but it gives the great unwashed something to pray before.
Hear ye, hear ye! Suspect in Alexander murder found dead in Driftwood. Hear ye, hear ye! Magisters routed. Lord Kem's paladins back in charge. Hear ye, hear ye! Void woken attacks increase. Citizens warned to be alert. Hear ye, hear ye! Kraken sighted at sea. Several ships missing. Hear ye, hear ye! Magisters colluded with Black Ring. Paladins clean house. Hear ye, hear ye! Queen Justinia confronts rebel factions. Dwarven royal stands tall. Hear ye, hear ye! Paladins promise the Good Counsel School will reopen soon. People respond, no hurry! Hear ye, hear ye! Stranger threatens kid, town crier unhappy. Hear ye, hear ye! Trouble brewing in the ancient empire. Dallas strengthens border defences. Hear ye, hear ye! Lucian's day arrives! Hopeful pilgrims take the path of blood! Not if you're without sin, it isn't. Hear ye, hear ye! Dwarven wedding interrupted by void woken. Brave dwarves, party on! Hear ye, hear ye! Cranley Hubert publishes latest edition. New book already out of date. Hear ye, hear ye! That's all the news that's fit to shout!
Who'll pay for all this damage? If those paladins try to put another levy on my coffers, the Magisters will be the least of their blasted troubles.
I don't trust those paladins an inch. They don't give a damn about common folk. I hope the Magisters return soon.
You're not another bloody pilgrim, are you? The city's swarming with those tight-fisted bumpkins as it is.
I'm just the one that hammers and such. You want the wares, you speak to my wife Fionola over there.
Back in business! Thank the gods for Lord Cam, eh? He sorted out them void woken. Now, what'll it be?
What's going on? I smell terrible things, I do. I smell fear and blood and doom and death and something else. Something worse. It's coming from under the city.
In Arks for Lucian's Day, are ya? Watch out for pickpockets. They figure pilgrims make easy targets. And they're right, too.
A visitor. Tell me, do you like puppets? Wonderful. Here, take a look at this.
Hello? Would you like to play?
Impressive, no? There's a lot of craftsmanship in that small package. Quite a lot. Now, what can I do for you? I haven't had many callers of late, what with all the fuss and hubbub that's been going on outside. Sauce, what else? Each and every one of my darlings has a little bit of magic in them. It turns a mere toy into a friend. I'm on good terms with the Divine Order. They know what my work entails. They've even had use for me in the past. I have nothing to fear from them. Oh, no, not at all. I use only the smallest sprinkle of sauce in my work. I'd hardly think a Voidwoken would set its sights on me and my darlings. Quite. Luckily for me, I have everything I care about right here. Why, I could lose days on end rummaging around inside my darlings.